Hey guys, Pond here with another video for Rise of Empires Ice and Fire. In this video, I'm going to be talking to you about the 10 original orange heroes that we get that are available to us when we start the game. So if we look on the preview hero screen here, the 10 heroes I'm talking about are Rogue, Demon Spear, Elzoro, Yamaraja, Dual Blades, North Rage, Hurricane, Orochi, Heaven's Justice, and Rough Rider. The 10 orange combat heroes. These are going to be a core part of your game and strategy for a long time into the game, unless you're a really big spender. I still have 6 of these normal orange heroes in my 4 squads across my 4 legions in my account. So I'm 50-50 for season heroes and normal orange. So they're going to play a really important part in your game going forward. Where do you place them? What are their specific skills? I'm just going to briefly kind of outline what you're going to want to do with each hero and what they're going to be good for you. So looking at Rogue, he is the only cavalry specific normal orange hero. You can tell that by, if we click on him and go to his hero info, you'll see it says Discipline Cavalries, and you've got images of people on horseback. Same with these icons here, it's the cavalry hero icon. Rogue is a middle row hero. I know that because if we look at his combat skills, which are skill 2, skill 5 and skill 8, and then we look at the effective range for this skill, he's got a range of 3, but he would still be best placed in that middle row. So that's Rogue. Next up is Demon Spear. Demon Spear is the only footman specific hero. Again, you've got the footman icon here on skills 3 and 4. If you click on skill 7, he says Discipline Footmen's. Demon Spear is most likely a front row hero. His first combat skill 2, has an effective range of 2. It can hit up to 2 random enemy squads. If you're putting Demon Spear on the middle row, then it's only going to be able to hit 1 random enemy squad, because the middle row of the enemy squad, if you're putting him on the middle row, would be 3 rows away. Having said that, his second combat skill on the 5th skill, that also has a range of 2, but this is giving a buff to your friendly squads, so that if he can be placed anywhere in your legion, and that would reach the other 2 friendly squads. And what this is doing is making the other 2 squads in your legion take up to 35% less damage for 2 turns. And then the 8th skill has a range of 4, and that would also then hit 2 random enemy squads within effective range. So if you have Demon Spear on your front row, he can potentially hit 2 legions with 2 of his skills, which is going to maximize the kills, and that's why I would suggest that Demon Spear is a front row hero. Elzoro is the only archer specific 50% chance to deal 641% damage to 1 enemy squad within the range, which is a lot of damage for these basic orange heroes. His 5th skill, the second combat skill, has a range of 4, but it will hit 2 random enemy squads. Again, it's a 50% chance to deal less damage, but it is to 2 different squads, and then 30% bonus damage to own squad lasting 2 turns. So that would mean that most likely the troops in his squad will deal extra damage for the next 2 turns after this skill is activated. So that skill has a double effect. His 8th skill is another range of 5, so it can hit any of the 3 rows on your enemy squad. It will only target 1 enemy squad, but again, 40% chance to deal up to 394 damage, and it will do that to the squad that has the least unit count within range, also making them take 18% more damage for another 2 turns. So Zoro, a lot of players can use Zoro with their archers quite far into the game. if you don't have an Archer's Season hero maxed out, Zoro is going to definitely be part of your Archer's Legion for sure. Next up, so the next 7 heroes. For Yamaraja, he's got a little quirky thing in the game. He's the only hero that has one skill that has an effective range of 2, and then his 8th skill has an effective range of 5. His 5th skill also has an effective range of 3, so you've got 3 different ranges on there. What I'd suggest is most people would use him as a middle row hero, but he's not all that effective. 40% chance to deal 241% damage. 1 turn prep skill, again, you could only use it 4 times in a battle. 40% chance to deal 282% damage, so it's not a high chance, but it would hit 3 enemy squads, which is good. And this skill 2, 55% chance to deal 357.5 damage to a single enemy target. That again, that's only got a range of 2. If you've got him on your middle row, it would hit the front row of your enemy. But really, Yamaraja is going to be one of the first orange heroes that you want to get rid of, and I wouldn't suggest that you focus on developing him first if you're looking to just max 1 legion. Initially, you're probably going to want to look at having either Jewel Blades or Oroki as your middle row hero. So let's look at Jewel Blades. Again, so she's a multi-purpose hero, can be used with any of the 3 legion types. I would like to just point out I'm doing this video in Pom Farm 2. That's why a lot of these heroes don't have a lot of development. I focus on the enemy, which is perfectly fine for a middle row hero. Again, and this has a 50% chance to deal damage, maxing out at 174% damage. That's a nice high chance that skill will work. A prep skill for this one, so again, you could only use it 4 times in a battle, but it's a 50% chance skill again. And the last one, 30% chance, but to deal 400% damage and suppress them, unable to move for 1 turn. So that has a double effect, that slaughter skill. Northrage is a front row hero. You can see here his first skill has only got an effective range of 2, and it will attack 1 enemy squad. His 5th skill is got a range of 3, but again only 1 random enemy squad. It's got a prep, so it's going to take 1 turn to prep, but 60% chance to deal 528% damage to an enemy squad in range. That's one of the better skills from all of the original orange heroes. His 8th skill, again, just a range 2. That's why he's definitely a front row hero. He's got 2 skills that are only range 2, and that's another it will hit a single enemy squad. It's a 30% chance. It's not a very high chance, unfortunately. So Northrage, front row hero. Hurricane is, as I highlighted earlier, he's only got 1 skill which has a range of 5 that could hit all 3 squads of your enemy. Hurricane, as I say, back row hero, can be used with all 3 troop types. As you can see here on skills 3 and 4, it's got 3 different troops on those icons, showing that he supports all 3 different troop types. His first combat skill has a range of 4, can target 2 enemy squads, 40% chance to deal damage. His 5th skill has an effective range of 5, again will hit 2 random enemy squads, has the and then it's got an 80% chance. It doesn't deal a lot of damage, but it does have a high chance of actually activating compared to some of these other skills which have as low as 30 or 40% chance. And then his 8th skill is again a range 5 skill. It will hit 1 random enemy target. It's a prep skill, maximum use of 4 times in a battle if you were really lucky. 50% chance, but can deal up to 667% damage to an enemy squad in range. So that is that's why Hurricane is one of your killer heroes from the original batch. Orochi, probably my favorite hero from the standard orange. He can be used front and then debuffing them for one turn, making them weaker. Next up, his 5th skill, Sejima, has an effective range of 3. That's why you can use him middle row. This is what makes Orochi a bit different, I'd say special from the original batch, this skill where you have the low chance to deal damage, but also it causes the silenced effect, unable to use skills for 2 turns. If Orochi activates this skill several times in a battle, silencing one of the enemy heroes within range, often that can be the difference between you winning and losing. So that's where Orochi has a bit of a niche. He also has on his 7th skill, it's a increase in HP in your health. So effectively, it's giving an extra buff to your Legion, which means that they can take more hits. Last off, his 8th skill is again only a range 2. So if you did have a middle row, this is only going to attack the front row, but it has a very high damage, 644%. Only 30% chance, but if it gets this damage off, then you're going to do a lot of you're going to kill a lot of troops on that front row, which is one of the core objectives that you're trying to do, like I said in my combat video. A couple more left to run through. Heaven's Justice. Heaven's Justice is the other back row hero who can be used with multiple different Legion types. He is the only hero from the original 10 orange heroes that have all 3 combat skills which have a range of 5. This first combat skill is only going to attack one random enemy squad, it's a 45 chance just to do damage to a single enemy target. Then his 5th skill again has a combat range of 5, but it will hit all 3 of the enemy squads. It does have a prep though, again, so maximum of 4 uses in a battle. It'll also lower the resistance of those troops for 2 turns, so it has a debuff effect as well, so again a multiple effect. Lastly, his 8th skill, Mortal Coil, that range of 5 again, and it's going to hit 2 random enemy squads. 55% chance to deal 506 damage, but it will only be used on turns 3, 5 and 8. So it's a bit of a limitation that it's a chance skill and it's only going to be possible to be activated a maximum of 3 times. Which lastly brings us to Rough Rider. Rough Rider really is probably a front row hero, but some people use him middle row as well if you're desperate to put a middle row. Again, you know, if you've maxed all of your research for your 4 legions and you need 12 heroes, if you haven't got more than a couple of season heroes after season 1, then or even season 2, even then your options might be limited. But generally, Rough Rider is not one of the key heroes from the original group. 55% chance to deal up to 634% damage. Skill 5, only effective range of 2, and it's only a 35% chance. So it's unlikely to be activated. It does have a dual effect again with this debuff, so it lowers the might of the enemy squad that it attacks by 30% for 2 turns. So it's dealing damage and weakening them for 2 turns. And finally, his 8th skill, effective range 3, but again only 35% chance, and that's why. And it does have a dual effect again with it reduces the damage that squad that it hits would do for the next turn, but it's a low chance of it happening, and that's why again it's unlikely Rough Rider's skills are going to activate. He doesn't have a great range, and that's really why he's one of the weaker of the original orange heroes. So just to kind of reiterate, those are all 10 of the originals, and just to reiterate that Rogue is the only Cavs only hero. Demon Smear is for footmen and Zora is for archers. The other 7 can be used with any of the 3 different troop types. And if you can get a second medal for them and awaken that 6th skill on each hero, then you're going to want to kind of, I would suggest that you want to be focusing on, out of these 10, obviously, if you're, depending on what account you have, if you're going for archers, you definitely want to have Elzora as a focus. Cavalry, it would be Rogue. From the normal other heroes, Dual Blades, North Rage, Hurricane, Orochi, Heaven's Justice, those 5, I would say you should definitely prioritize over Yamaraja and Rough Rider. That's just a brief overview of the normal orange heroes, guys. I hope you found it useful. Some people like to know how to kind of order their heroes and where they're going to work best for them. Hopefully in this video I've been able to kind of explain the basics for each of these heroes and where they're going to work best for you, and so I hope you've found that helpful. That's everything for the video today, so thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate all the support on the channel. Please don't forget to subscribe, ring that bell, like, share, and place any comments that you have below, and I'll see you soon.